Is there anyone actually in this building? I guess I could breach and then ping off of it. I don't have an E9. Where's the closest E9? There. But that's not gonna work. There? No. Actually, okay. E9, E9, there we go. Couldn't find the vertical and then the horizontal one. All right, let's go ahead and ping. Any baddies? No? All right. It's like, what, an AC unit? Yeah. Okay, then. Oh, can I, yeah, I can jack in. Give me that money. Oh, this is gonna be an interesting one. Because I honestly want to set this up. I guess I will get both of these 1Cs with this one. So if I start with a 55, or a BD rather, and then go to a 55. So 55, those 1Cs are in a weird spot, but I could go BD. Oh crap. 1C, 55. I screwed this up. 1C, BD. I only got 2 of them. I could have gotten all 3, but I just didn't quite nail it. All right, I have to find this guy. I'm not too worried about that. Also, I kind of want to talk about what's going on in the news of Cyberpunk. Not within the game, just the, surrounding everything. Ooh, files. An archive. And credits, outro, local network. Can I turn off the surveillance system? It says offline. Okay, let's go ahead and do that. I don't think I want the surveillance system online. That looks like a tripwire. Ooh, friendly mode. Hey. Whoa. Am I supposed to help this guy? Oh, it's a turret. Okay, can I friendly mode that one? Wow, that was 9 RAM. Are you kidding me? Holy crap. That was a lot of RAM. Guess I'll read this. False rumors circling Busan. Conspiracy theorists have recently been roused by news of alleged human activity in the ghost city of Busan. Our younger readers may not recall that the Korean city, formerly the 4 million strong, was wiped off the face of the earth during the Fourth Corp War. Unofficial sources out there point the finger at Militech, whose tendencies of tyranny led to the creation and spread of lab-grown deadly viruses. Wow, too soon. Not saying that COVID is lab-grown, but is it? It might, who knows? Accident, experiment, whatever the truth, the virus proved so virulent that the United Korean government still won't lift the strict quarantine on Busan all these decades later. So why did all these tabloid junkies and sensation seekers all of a sudden become so interested in the dead city again 50 years later? A Seoul-based detective unearthed satellite image showing signs of life. Well, technical life, that is, in the form of active machinery. But no real surprise there. After all, Busan was one of the world's most heavily automated metropolises. It was a human virus, not the computer variety. Many of the robots go out their work, their repairs. Oh, I see. Their trash scooping and sorting. These mysterious sat images, just some computers that never got turned off. That's it. The people of United Korea can sleep easy tonight knowing Busan is a ghost town in the metaphorical sense only. You know what's interesting about that is this isn't a new thing to Cyberpunk, like worlds in general. In fact, even my game, story-wise, has kind of something similar. It has a ghost town, but it's not because, you know, there was a deadly virus, although that is a good setup for it. It's because there was essentially artificial AI. So AI got to a point where it was kind of becoming sentient. And there was a place in India, or you know, what used to be India, that was producing these AIs at an incredible level of like skill. And they were becoming sentient and started an uprising. And before anything could, like Terminator levels of, you know, they're gonna shut down the entirety of, you know, the human race. And before anything could get out of hand, the government that was in place, the corporation that ended up taking that region and a little bit of regions around where Vietnam and stuff is, just nuked it from orbit, took it all out. Just like, nope, we're not dealing with sentient AI. So they just took it out. And then that area remains a no-go zone where that event happened. So then the World Council comes together and completely bans the creation of sentient AI. And then that comes into a game mechanic in my game where it is an RPG with a potential defector, because that doesn't necessarily mean that nobody has created it or that those AI were completely wiped out from the nukes that happened. So, you know, sentient AI is still a thing. Synths are a thing, and they are slowly and secretly gathering forces. So as a player in my game, you could potentially be a synth. So it's kind of the same thing here. And there's other, you know, cyberpunk worlds that have kind of the same idea, where there's a ghost town and something is interesting with that. And if you look at this, and I find this fascinating because this could be a DLC in itself, where it's like, oh, we got to go to Busan and figure out what's there. And you could do this kind of like horror themed, like scary thing in Busan. And I think that would be freaking fantastic.
What to say? Wanted to show people how much they care about vets.
Can you get in there? Guess I could, but I'm going to jack into this.
They gave us Nova implants.
He's talking about something with vets and yeah. But I really, really, really want money. So, especially after the quite expensive trip to the Ripper dock that we had. If we go E9 here, kind of moves this all down. But I think I want to go... Well, do I want to go 55? No, I think I want to go... yeah, let's go 55. Can I get a BD? Yes. Can I get a 1C? No, don't think I can. But I can get an E9, which will give us 1C E9 BD. Wow, we got them all. That was great. Cool. Can I get into here? What is even back here? I don't know. Oh, there was... Oh, I see. Okay, that's fine. I guess I could go up this way. So this is, I'm assuming, a way around that sentry turret if you don't have hacking. I also really want to just turn that into friendly mode, because if I'm trying to protect this guy, honestly, I would really rather these defenses be active. Ow, what just happened? What was that? That actually, I'm going to go out and say it, has to be our biggest bug yet. The biggest weird glitch that has happened in the game yet. Where I tried to jump down and it's just something really weird happened. Let's do this. Let's friendly mode. How many do I have left? I should have enough to do this. Friendly mode. Which will, you know, allow us to come back over here. I'll read this again, but not read it. Okay, let's try to jack into this and get this again. It's unlikely that we're going to get it. Although this is a little bit easier than the last one, I think. So I think I'm going to start with 55 and go 1C, 55. Ooh, this is not, I was not paying attention. So we found ourselves in a situation where we kind of screwed this up. So I think I'm just going to go with E9 BD. So we get V2 and V3, but that was it.
Wanted to show people how much they care about vets.
Do I really want to go up there again? I'm going to quick save.
That's right. They gave us Nova implants, pre-med care, even the big cats from the board showed up.
I do want to talk about bugs. I'll talk about that in a moment. I want to make this friendly mode. Cool. Let's come over here. Pick this up. Pathfinder, half a century of silence. When in the summer of 2020, NASA's Pathfinder mission set off for Jupiter, it was the buzz of every radio station. I remember that. TV media outlet and scream sheet. Stills of the crew were plastered on every type of commemorative merchandise imaginable. Mugs, shirts, plates, bobblehead, bumper stickers. The list goes on. But just a week later, the steady stream of information dried to a trickle. A month later, the world had all but forgotten them. 3 years later, and 2 years before the planned entry into Jupiter's orbit, a conflict known as the Fourth Corporate War broke out. Which, by the way, not talking about the Corporate War, but if you haven't seen the pictures, like the really high-res pictures of Jupiter that were taken from NASA with their essentially a spaceship, it's a satellite, currently going in a eccentric orbit around Jupiter, where it will eventually go into Jupiter's atmosphere and burn up. But my goodness, some of the pictures that we have gotten is freaking fantastic. Highly suggest going and looking at those. Cape Canaveral was one of the first strategic sites razed to the ground, NASA's Mission Control Center along with it. Pathfinder, in the vast reaches of space, had been cut off. When the opposing sides finally signed a truce 3 years later, Militech set its sights on reestablishing contact with the Pathfinder crew, but to no avail. Pathfinder's signal, it seemed, had been swallowed by the void of the Big Black. To this day, it remains unknown whether the Pathfinder mission was a success, if the crew ever did reach Jupiter and its moons. We have received no word, no data, not a single lead to follow. Maybe they never stood a chance. Maybe after half a century of silence, they simply have nothing to say to us. Oh, maybe they're just angry at you guys. What is that? Right. I don't want to look at all you naked butts. I'll loot this. All right, that's where we had gone up. Oh, can we hack this real quick? Friendly mode, hide. I'm not gonna be able to hide in time.
Then they packed up their cameras and forgot all about you.
Yeah.
Almost just walked on that.
Those input. We had replaced back these first-gen pieces of garbage.
They did us dirty, yo. Took everything from us, tossed us like...
It's okay. I understand.
This is cool. I'm going to read this. Struggle of O'Neill Station. The European Space Agency, ESA, started out with seemingly noble intentions. Will open the door to the universe, the solar system, a home to all, and so on and so forth. It didn't take long for these catchphrases to reveal themselves for what they truly were. Colonial ambitions wrapped up in lofty ideals. We, the builders and first inhabitants of O'Neill 1, have witnessed this firsthand. The ESA sent us into space with promises of a new life and a better tomorrow. Instead of what lay in wait for us was a complete lack of freedom and back-breaking work in extremely dangerous conditions. We would have pulled through. We would have toughened it out for the greater good. If only they treated us as human beings, informed us of their decisions, listened to our concerns and requests. But the ESA ignored us. The consequences were inevitable. In 2022, after completing construction of the station, our situation was critical. Station management demanded 18 hours of work every day, 7 days a week, from everyone regardless of age or health condition. Our peaceful protest was met with a disproportionate use of force, which included stun guns. They thought it would break us, just like the countless protests they broke back on Earth. The thing is, out here, it's not so easy to call for reinforcements. Workers outnumbered guards 40-1, and one stun gun charge held only 15 rounds. The ESA's management had effectively shot themselves in the foot. It was over before they could realize. Only 7 hours passed before O'Neill 1 and O'Neill 2 declared independence and became the first nations established outside of Earth. That's another common theme in cyberpunk stuff, where there's space exploration and you have already started colonizing space. Pretty cool stuff. That's how you get things like Alien, right? Because, I mentioned it before, but there is a loose connection between Cyberpunk and the Alien franchise. Well, friendly mode that. Go ahead and quick save now that we've made it this far. Kind of hoping that Max is a little bit more friendly than his area would lead on. Or lead you to believe. Hello, Max.
Tell me, or I shoot.
Nope, I'm not.
Not a fucking suit. Name's V.
Regina.
Oh, I accidentally skipped.
Tell her she can get fucked.
She just wants to help. That gun loaded.
Not loaded.
Oh, yeah, okay. Good to know. Why do you threaten to kill yourself?
Why the suicide threats, huh?
Thought you were a corpo. Sent to silence me.
So you would have died anyway.
But on my own terms. The bastards control everything. But me, I get to decide when I go. I do. Tell Regina that too. Not gonna break, not like her.
Heard your interview on the way up.
Started broadcasting the moment you showed up on the feed. It wasn't finished, not like I wanted it, but at least people got the truth.
There's a death warrant out for you, but you probably already knew that.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I could give a shit too, but Regina wants to help you out.
Help me out? She's the one who needs help. She was the best media I knew. Shit, she was my mentor. And now? Sold right out. But I won't be bought. Not me.
Gina was your mentor. Cool. We'll put never ever sold out on your tombstone. No, Regina was your mentor?
Regina was your mentor?
Not just mine. She was the best war reporter in Night City.
Then she turned fixer.
Yeah, like I said, sold out. Things used to be different. The media's word fucking meant something.
Well,
We tracked those sons of bitches every dirty move. And now, you can prove Halt's in Arasaka's pocket, and nobody gives a flying turd fuck.
So why do that veteran piece if we're all so fresh out of fucks to give?
So that people start asking questions, start wondering. Just like you, now. Maybe that little grain of discomfort will grow into dissent. Who knows? Figure it's worth a try.
Come on, let's go. You go the way of the gonk here, won't change a thing.
Running won't change anything either. I'll manage without your help.
This all out of spite for Regina? You got something to prove to her?
You don't know Jack.
Okay, you're starting to bore me. Let's go.
I'm not going anywhere.
Then
come
I'll
on.
make you.
Good luck.
You got an itch for the truth, don't you? You want to know who Regina is now? What she really fights for? Just go and see her. At the very least, it did mean a lot to her. Max?
is he actually going to do it?
I'll talk to her,
Yay.
but that's it.
That's all I ask.
Okay. Just gotta download a few things.
Do it.
Keep accidentally skipping things. Inside Metacore. We associated nomads with chaos, societal collapse, technological backwardness, and for good reason. But there are always exceptions to the rule, and for the nomads, that exception are the meta, more specifically Metacore. Unlike other nomad groups, they deal in smuggling and raiding. The meta are strictly law-abiding. Medicor, formerly registered in the Western corporate states, is a majority stakeholder in numerous shipping companies, including the rapidly growing DTR, Decker, Tanaka, and Rogers, which handled 53% of all America's transport last year. The story of Medicor is the story of American entrepreneurial spirit and confidence in the future, two things that even a nuclear war could destroy. Indeed, Medicor only proves that a new order can rise out of entropy, that the Russell of Eurodollars is capable of civilizing even the most savage barbarians. Last month, I had the opportunity to visit the company's headquarters in Medikey, the mobile island currently anchored in the Gulf of Mexico. There, I met Victoria Mehta, the corporation's nomad CEO and granddaughter of Metacorp's founder, Jonathan Mehta. Victoria had clearly inherited his steely gaze and enterprising mind. Interesting background on that kind of stuff. So I'll keep looting. The Unification War, 4 gonks. This is nice because it's giving me a lot of background. The Unification War is the most recent armed conflict to take place in North America since the collapse, lasting from January 2069 to June 2070. Although the Unification War is formally recognized as a war between the new United States of America, NUSA, and the governments of the free states, most scholars also classify the conflict as a corporate war. It is well known that NUSA was backed by Militech hardware, personnel, and other resources, whereas the free states received the significant yet tact support of Arasaka Corporation. The Unification War is sometimes referred to as the Metal War or Metal Wars, in reference to the wide use of armored cavalry units, so-called panzers. The bloodiest battle of the Unification War was the Battle of Ridgecrest. In just one day, at least 3,078 people were reported killed. North California and South California were on opposite sides of the war, allied within the free states of NUSA, respectively, while Night City maintained a position of neutrality. The Unification War ended when all parties signed the Treaty of Unification in Arvin, South California. Both sides claimed victory, the free states emphasizing that they had preserved their independence, and the NUSA boasting that they were closer to ever to reunifying a divided American people. The end of the Unification War, however, was not an end to conflict at large. The leading AI analyst software predicts another hot war will likely break out by 2080, 74% confidence. Jeez. Car's waiting for you. Yeah, I know. You gotta let me read things. Yeah. Can I close that? Can we read American Wars? As a direct result of the armed conflicts on U.S. soil from the early 1990s until the early 2000s, Latin America, comprising South and Central America, remodeled itself into a strong federation of independent nations bound through mutual aid and cooperation. The U.S.'s military presence was forced from Latin America territories with the exception of Panama, where it stood its ground despite fierce pressure from guerrilla forces. Many researchers and contemporary historians maintain that, in fact, the Latin American wars were responsible for the U.S.'s eventual collapse, breaking up the Gang of Four, CIA, FBI, DEA, and NSA, and disseminating the U.S. Army. However, it's important to bear in mind that no external conflict could have toppled the colossus of American imperialism were it not already built on clay foundations. Ooh, wow. What a take on that. That was, I can't disagree with it, but, you know, it's definitely rooted in realism. This is a nice assault rifle, but it requires what? Level 12, Smart Leak cyberware required to enable smart targeting. We're just going to go ahead and break that down. Give myself more parts. We're going to break that down. Got a couple jackets here. Got a mask, which I'm actually going to break down. Okay. Can I talk to him and be like, yo, let's go? Escort max. You know what? I probably should be prepared. Is he coming? Yeah, he's coming. Okay. Actually, probably should just pull out the gun, huh? This will be the thing that probably happens where someone's going to pop out, try to attack us here. So I'm going to go ahead and quick save before that happens. He is following me. I see him on the mini-map. Just want to make sure nobody's going to attack us. Come on. Get in the car.
Chauffeur, what's next? Champagne? Black market synth cigars?
No time to waste. Let's go.
Take care, Max.
Yeah, you too.
Cool. You good? Can I go? All right. I'm pretty happy with that. Freedom of the press. Interesting little side quest there. I like that. That was fun. That was a fun little side quest. You learned a lot.
Thanks for the help. Glad you got through to that stubborn mule. Looks like I'm up to bat with him now. Gig closed.
Cool. All right, what we're gonna do is take a quick look at the map. I gotta claim my reward. That means I gotta go all the way down here. Thanks again for handling the issue. Yeah, cool. So, something I want to talk about with you guys specifically. I don't want to just ramble on because I think this is an interesting conversation to have in general, especially with people who are watching my series. But what's your take on all this Cyberpunk news? And what I mean by that is, like, what's your take on all the negative press going on? Can I go ahead and weapon glitch this guy and then ping off this guy and then go ahead and reboot optics on that guy? How much RAM do I have left? Couple. I suppose it's possible that I can then... Oh, no, I already got this going. Surprise, mother trucker. I should probably dodge. Hello. I like that slowdown. It gives me a second to kind of look and be like, yo, what's up?
What's that for?
Oh, I missed with that. But don't matter. Nothing matters when you got mantis blades. Oh yeah, there's still one guy. Hi. Oh, I'm having fun with that. Did we clear them out? I can still go collect my reward after I took down the... Hey, you guys cool in there? I saved you. So, if you didn't see... And normally I wouldn't really go over this, but I feel like that it's worth kind of talking about because it's an interesting conversation. Jason Schreier, who is a man known for getting to the bottom of things, at least attempting to, in the best way he possibly can, he posted an article on some of the stuff that has kind of happened. Also, I'm level 12 now. Heck yeah. Within the development. But the thing is, it, in my opinion, while it felt like a, pretty reasonable article at first, it doesn't really, I don't think it was that good because it's capitalizing instead of telling a proper story of like, hey, this is kind of what happened. And, a good example of this is the stuff that happened with the cancellation of Diablo 3 and stuff going on at Blizzard. His article on that stuff was relatively well told. I don't think that it was entirely 100% accurate as to what exactly was going on at the studio and all that. But yeah, for the most part, it was relatively well told. So here's the deal. This one kind of felt like it was being more of a vulture than anything else. And what I mean by that is, obviously there's been some kind of hubbub around Cyberpunk since the game came out, whether it be the bugs or the fact that the game doesn't run well on past generation consoles. Surprise, surprise. I don't think anybody really is shocked by that, but they do feel lied to because it was told to them that it was going to run and it was sold on stores for the last generation consoles. So you would anticipate that, yeah, we'd be able to play the game, right? And there's always just all this bad stuff. So this article comes out and basically has a few major things that it beats down. What are all these guys? What's that guy? I want to see data. Z. He's a ranger, Arasaka. Okay, so these are all Arasaka people. All right, good to know. You know, the assertion that the E3 demo that we saw doing the heist setup, or not the heist setup, but before that, where we go and get the drone that we did, that the E3 demo that we saw was essentially a fake.
Calling all NCPD subcons. Suspected organized crime activity reported over on Richmond Street. Intel indicates Maelstrom gang members dealing in illegal stimulants in the area. They're led by Tom Ayer, aka Emir, a known serial killer. Night City authorities have offered a reward for neutralizing the group.
Now, when it comes to that demo, that definitely wasn't fake, and the thing is, like, there was a response from one of the studio heads being like here's the things that are wrong in this article that are just not correct, and there's a lot of back and forth going on at the moment. And I really don't want to get spotted by this guy, because this guy seems like a baddie too. Secure the area, use first force permitted. Can we not get hit by this guy? He's kind of like, yeah. The problem is, it doesn't really feel right with all of the news going on and the vultures coming in and trying to get a little bit of the meat going on. You know, I would say it's really easy to get clicks at the moment if you're publishing bad news about Cyberpunk or CD Projekt Red. It just, everybody's eating it up at the moment. And I don't know why. I don't know why this happens. It happened when Mass Effect Andromeda launched and everything. My question to you guys is, you know, you're still watching me play Cyberpunk. Are you at all affected by this news? Are you like disappointed by it? Are you guys just like, whatever, it is what it is? Are you guys playing the game still? Are you guys enjoying it? Are you waiting for, you know, the new console versions to come out so you can play it on console, or trying to upgrade a PC, or, you know, anything like that? I'm really, really curious where you guys sit on all this stuff. And I'm going to answer that question from my side of things. For me, I understand that game development is kind of complicated. There's a lot going on with game development. You can't just have a solution immediately for stuff. Oh, no, grab him. Yeah, I just wanted to kill him like this. That'll do. Crap, they all see me. So to me, I'm like, well, I know that game development is complicated. I know that there's a lot more that we don't actually really know about as far as the development of this game and why things happened the way they did. It sucks that the game was super buggy, or that it didn't run on old consoles, or, you know, stuff like that.
Fuck everything!
I need to get back. I need to heal up. But I know that they're gonna fix it. I've been through this. Like, I have been in this industry long enough to know that this is all gonna be fine and dandy in at least a year, right? I meant to throw that grenade a little higher. Hey. Oh my goodness, that stupid thing on the ground blew up. Fine. Like, same thing with Mass Effect Andromeda. That game got such bad press when it first launched because of bugs and just weird graphical glitches and stuff like that. But the game itself was really good.
Calling all
Relatively.
NCPD subcons. Suspected organized crime activity reported over on Richmond Street.
What Andromeda suffered from
dealing in illegal stimulants in the area
was an overuse of Dragon Age Inquisition stuff. You know, going to a planet.
They're led
and
by Tom Ayer, aka Emir, a known serial killer. Night City authorities have offered a reward for neutralizing the group.
So going to planets and constantly, you know, finding the same things to do over and over. That was the real issue of Mass Effect Andromeda. Not so much anything that really had to deal with the graphical issues, because that stuff was fixed. But the rest of the game was fine. Same thing goes with No Man's Sky. When that launched, it had its host of issues. Now that game is freaking amazing. I can go on and on and on and on of things that are, you know, of this issue. What kind of grenade do I have? I just have a frag grenade. Okay. Let's go ahead and go to Mantis Blades, I guess. So I know that Cyberpunk's gonna get fixed. It'll run really well for people. It's gonna have a bounce back. It'll have DLC that comes out, and I'm sure people will get, you know, jump on that. So I'm not really, you know, this sad state happens where we have this situation. Oh my goodness, what is blowing up on them? That was the person blowing up. There was nothing there that I'm gonna look when I go back in just now, but that was the person blowing up. So I know it's kind of frustrating to be on this side of things because you're like, man, all this bad press really makes me not really want to play the game. But I'm having a good time with it. I wish that the press was better because I think we would have a higher retention rate of people playing with us and like watching the series. But it's just not how it happened. And that's unfortunate. Is it a mine? Is that what it is? Oh, it is a mine. We're going to do this a different way.
I'll be getting soft on me now.
All right, I need to ping them. That was definitely the way to do that. I didn't realize there was a mine there. I thought it was an explosive barrel. Did that guy not die?
Can't hide forever!
I'm not hiding. You're hiding. Did he? Oh, he almost did die. All right, fine. Let's try this again. Without getting mined. Yeah, you're gonna die eventually, homie. You may as well let it happen now. Can he? Okay, he's dead too. Oh, hey, our blades went up. Crit chance when using Katana's blades or Mantis blades. Cool. Let's loot all this stuff. Boop, boop, boop. I see a blue. Oh, it's on this guy. Target analysis. Huh. I'm assuming that has to do with some kind of scan thing. Oh well. All right, let's go pop up this way. Secure the area using force. All right. Did that finish? No, okay, we're still doing it. Goodness, there's so many guys here to kill. New message. Whenever money changes hands. First great reality check when ushers in the world. Whenever money changes hands, your true self becomes a victim of capitalism. Thanks. Let's go kill these guys.